Good morning, Giants. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a rut and you don't know how to get out? We're going to teach you in this video how to get out of your creative rut. Talk to you soon.
Good morning, Giants. Welcome to Wake Up with Giants TV.
Boom! And we're in it.
And it's Nicholas T. Smith, the Gentle Giant. He's here with us too.
Well, we're going to talk about how to get out of a creative rut. And I think one of the first things that anybody needs to do when they're stuck in a rut, I think we have about 10 items we can cover around this in a short period of time. But the first thing that you need to know is that you're in a rut. How can you get out of anything if you don't even know you're there? So awareness is step one by far.
You mean like what's a rut or I'm in a rut? Like
Yeah, like I'm in a rut. If you don't know what a rut is, you can't really be in it. You're not really stuck in it. So it's like that happiness is or ignorance is bliss, right? Oh, right? Shit, that's what a rut is? I guess I'm in one. So define a rut first. Yeah, that might actually be before being aware of one.
Yes.
That's funny. So the next thing, accept it. People are so resistant to being in a rut. They just don't want to be in it. I think in resistance, let's put this up here. That looks cool. How to get out of a creative rut.
Resistance. The cool graphics this morning.
Man, that wow. Let me just admire that. That looks fantastic. And I was stuck. Let's get out of that. So accepting that you're there, that it's okay for you to be there, and you might not agree with it. Acceptance doesn't mean agreement, but just accepting it is what it is. I'm in a rut. And then work to calm down, because what stress does to the body is it shuts down the brain. When you feel stressed out or anxious or sad, your brain shuts down. And so you don't have full cognitive function. And so the first thing to do is find ways to relax. And some of the ways to do that, I have some of my best ideas in the shower. When you take a shower, it releases dopamine in the body. When dopamine releases, your brain starts to come back online. And so you start to get these creative ideas that you didn't have when you were stressed out.
Usually I get that same type of a thing, except for because my kids are nowhere near around or anything like that. So like that's the only time I have to, like, I don't know, just think and veg is the shower.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I know for you, like a lot of times you'll go for a walk.
I go for walks, get away from the situation. So if you're sitting at your computer and you're trying to type and you're stuck, well, step away from the computer. Go do something totally different. Relaxing. I'll go do things like I did a float spa the other day, and it just generated all kinds of ideas. Went and got my pedicure, which I haven't done that probably in years. That was awesome. It was relaxing. It was something different. It took me out of that space where I'm just trying to break through, because the more you push to break out of that rut, the more stressed you get. The more your mind shuts down, and you just feel like, man, I am never going to get back to being as creative as I was. But some of my best poems and writings and all these ideas come from stepping away from the mundane, stepping away from the routine. And that's what a rut is. A rut is a way of being and a behavior that you get down this path and you can't get off that path. You just keep doing the same thing. And then you're like, why am I not changing? Well, you're on a path. That's what a rut is. It's a path. It's
a well-worn path.
Yeah. Of sadness and grief and chaos and disappointment. Maybe it's not all that, but it could be.
I feel like chocolate is in there and Cheetos.
You know what I love is last night in our league meeting with the League of Giants is we did something a little different. We asked, why are we doing this? And that question is to remember why you are doing what you do can sometimes pull you out of the rut. When you pause for a minute and just really think about, what am I doing here? Why does this matter? What am I creating? What's the purpose of this? You might find in that question that you're really on the wrong path. Like you don't want to be doing it. But you might also re-inspire yourself to remember why you're doing all of it.
Yeah. We did the latter one where we all remembered why we were doing this.
We didn't quit. Yeah, we're still going. Here's another one is listen to the creations of others. So I love listening to books, audiobooks. That'll inspire me like crazy. I'll listen to poetry or read poetry, and it inspires me to write my own. And so some people will go to plays if they're a playwright and they've got to get some ideas. They'll go and watch a play, or they'll watch a TV show and it inspires something, or they hear something in a conversation totally separate from what they're trying to do. They remember where they're going and why they do it, but then they have this inspiration from something seemingly random. And just by keeping your library going of ways that you can create information from others, it's not that they're ways to create information. You're inspired by the creations of others, and that gets your juices flowing. What do you hear in that?
Yeah, I see like professional athletes, and they'll throw on headphones and listen to some music, something, to bring their minds to a different place. And, I think it's interesting, like, you got a professional basketball player or something like that that's about to go play basketball. You would think that they would be in there listening to the coach, like, you got this, go do, and there might be listening to Beethoven underneath, like their headphones.
They're hardcore to Beethoven.
Yeah. You think,
inspired.
At least that's what, in my mind, that's what all of them are listening to.
Right. Every single one of them. Or SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, right. Disney classics.
Yeah. So what about taking naps? Do you ever get out of a rut by taking naps?
I love naps, except for it just keeps me up at night. But I do love naps. But sometimes it does. Sometimes it's enough to like change up my pattern. Give me the rest that I need so my brain can think differently.
It's true, because you put your brain under stress and it shuts down. What a nap does is it heals that low-level brain damage of being awake. So when you're awake, somebody said this in one of the books I read, that being awake is low-level brain damage, and sleep repairs that. And so if you think about that, a short nap, a 20-minute nap can reset your brain. It can help clean that out, clean out some of those chemicals so that you can keep going. So music is my go-to. Robin Williams. See, what I love about this is you get inspired by other people's creations. That's where I get most of my ideas. Is I'm reading somebody's book. I'm looking at a show. I'm all these things. They just inspire thoughts. So here's the other thing: is just do it. Act first. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. Just get into action. Sometimes discipline over desire.
Get off your butt.
Feel like it
and out of a rut.
Hut. What? Get off your butt.
Yeah, go into nature.
Get into nature, man. Beautiful. That's an excellent one right there. Get into nature. Get off the internet. Sometimes you get stuck in a cycle of that addictive, like spinning through all the next posts and everything, and you shut down with that. Not that the internet's a bad thing, but when you get into that space, if you're just coping, you're just trying to survive the day, basically.
Numb it out.
Yeah. Remember that you're back in survival mode, which means your brain shuts down. And if you're just numbing it out, you're not going to be creative because you're just numbing. And so step away from the internet, go for a walk, go do something totally different. And I think that's the biggest thing is anytime you're in a rut, go do something different. If you're in a rut, get off that path. That's basically it. Get out of that path and go do something totally different. Take that shower, relax, go watch somebody else that's creating what you want to create. Get inspired by them. Listen to music, watch Robin Williams, go into nature. Like the way out of a rut is to recognize that you're there, to be okay with being there. It's part of the process. And then to change up your routine. So what else is coming up for you?
I was just thinking, if you're in a rut, come watch us.
Yeah. We'll get you out of a rut.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll put you in a rut.
Yeah.
Like
put you right back
Yeah, I came out of that video totally uninspired. Uh, I'm gonna go numb out
And
with
then they'll use the word rut for the first time
yeah,
ever.
yeah. What does that even mean? Rut. Cool. Any other thoughts?
Oh, go make it a
No.
giant day. Get
Thanks
out
for
of a
watching.
rut.
Yeah, get out of a rut, Giants.
Subscribe, YouTube, Facebook,
All of it. Yeah,
all
click that.
every
Click
single
those
one of
buttons.
them.
If there's a button, click it. And
Start just clicking buttons.
if it happens to be on ours channel, that's what we want. So click that subscribe, the like,
Preferably.
the follow, the purchase, whatever. I mean, all of it. So
Whatever inspires you.
yep. All right, Giants. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Love you too.